Welcome ladies and gentlemen to a casted game of Age of Empires 4, and today we are still on the public update preview, the new patch coming to Age of Empires 4 Season 4 with the fresh changes to many civilizations. Speaking of which, let's talk about the introductions. We've got Freshair playing in the east side of the map in teal as the Holy Roman Empire. He's going up against none other than Ravenholm, known as Salami, playing in blue on the west side as the Delhi Sultanate. The map is Dry Arabia. Welcome everyone to the public update preview. So many things have changed, in particular for these two civilizations. Let's talk a bit about it because the Delhi Sultanate have had plenty of changes, and it comes down to certain things like village fortresses. One of the upgrades that allows the Delhi Sultanate to have the castles, the keeps, act as town centers, effectively producing villages. Now that's something that I think is actually going to be relatively broken in this game, and we shall see. I don't know, I get a feeling like it's going to be something very strong. I wonder whether Salami is going to try and do something like this, but I figure with village fortresses now moved to the compound of the defender, the castle age landmark, rather than the castles themselves, it means back on the live patch, back on previous seasons, for the Delhi Sultanate to be able to convert your keeps into town centers, you actually had to build that first keep and then research the upgrade. Now, when you age up to the castle age with the compound of the defender landmark, straight away you can research village fortresses, and the research time has been reduced from 5 minutes to 3 minutes 45 seconds. And so what could potentially happen with the Delhi Sultanate if you be aggressive in the early castle age, buy yourself some time, mine plenty of stone, 850 stone to be exact for your first keep, and by the time that's built you might even have village fortresses already in. You already have your second town center which is protected, and what's so key about this is that those keeps can be played in strategic positions, placed on things like gold, placed on things like deer and berries, all the key resources that you might need as the game wears on. And even then, you could even look to actually have keeps placed on stone mines to spam even more keeps. And I feel like the fact that you can get village fortresses nice and early for the Delhi Sultanate for free, it's going to be strong, but we shall see, because there are plenty of other changes as well. So many to go through, but in particular, the war elephants have had some changes. They've been improved. They've been made cheaper, and also had a bit of a nerf in terms of HP reduction. Their armor has been increased from 2 to 5, and that's huge. Tusk damage also increased from 30 to 50, spear damage increased from 20 to 25, and tusk siege damage against buildings plus 100 versus buildings. So things have certainly changed. I'd be super excited to see them. I've had some nerfs done as well, like some things like the scholars now having less of a healing ability in combat, which was, let's face it, kind of needed. But we've talked a lot about Delhi and the civilization that now Salami is playing for us with 2 scouts on the field. Let's talk a bit about the Holy Roman Empire. Minework Palace, we do not see this landmark very often at all, and it's because it's never been that popular. The Arkan Chapel often seen to be just too strong compared to the minework, but things have changed a little bit. We shall see if it makes a meaningful change. The Minework Palace now holds 2 technologies unique to this landmark. It's got riveted chainmail. Let's just take a look at that. That's being researched right now. Riveted chainmail, which increases the melee armor of spearmen and horsemen by +2. That means they can take relatively good trades with their horsemen as they pop out against spearmen potentially. We'll have to see how they do. Maybe some testing is involved. We're going to need to do some testing to see actually how good that is. But yeah, there's plenty of other things as well with the Minework Palace rather. We've got Steel Barding, which grants knights +2 melee and +2 ranged armor. Those knights are going to be hugely tanky in the castle age. Riveted chainmail is now in, but the horsemen that do pop out into the field have the extra +2 armor. You can see that already. They've got that on the stats. Looks like a barracks opening here for Salami, and went up with the Dome of the Faith. We'll be getting those scholars nice and cheaply, 90 gold per piece. And with the barracks up there, I wonder if the scholar will influence that. Yep, that's exactly what's happening. The scholar has garrison inside now, will be able to produce those spearmen nice and quickly. There's a horseman harassing villagers on the berries. Salami going to micro, possibly. Yep, he's going to bring the imam out, scholar rather, to heal that guy out, and spearmen are going to chase that away. You can see all the text being queued up by Salami. Oh, the spearman going out forward. Horseman tracks around and maybe look to harass villagers on gold this time. Weak villager, has it been pulled back? I'm not entirely sure. We'll have to have a quick check on that. Has been pulled back there by Salami. More spearmen do pop out. It's temporarily housed for now. Back at home, there is a lot of sheep coming in for fresh air. We are on, actually, I'm not sure if I mentioned it was dry Arabia because I do believe it's prairie. It is indeed the prairie. So there's plenty of sheep on this map, and it's no surprise really that you have 2 scouts that came out there for Salami. Plenty of sheep there for the Delhi Sultanate too. The reason why I think actually Delhi Sultanate could be quite strong on maps like Prairie, where you traditionally see the French being played, is because of the lack of wood. Well, you can get that castle age, get a keep on another wood line, and get village fortresses. You've effectively got a town centre and another keep. Okay, that's a little bit weird. 2 sacred sites incredibly close to each other. Makes sense, therefore, that Delhi Sultanate and Salami are going to move in that position, looking to wall up with those infantry. Secure those 2 sacred sites. That's incredibly strong, actually, for him. Gives him 1 area to focus on, and a bit of a bad map spawn there for the Holy Roman Empire today, who are now going up to the next age with the Regnitz Cathedral. Not much has changed with the Regnitz Cathedral at all. Holy smokes, going to go up with a lot of villagers, 21 of them. Horseman still chipping away. The spear obviously still win pretty safely there. It is a hardened spearman after all. Let's go even quicker, pulling the villagers off of wood as well. He wants those relics, it looks like here. Fresh air. There are a couple of relics dotted around the map on the east and the north. Again, the relics kind of favour the Delhi Sultanate. One is actually in the walls here for the Delhi Sultanate, so he'll be able to pick that up when he gets to the castle age. Going to activate 2 sacred sites too. There it is, they're the sacred sites now being taken by Delhi Sultanate. But certainly, I would love to see some elephants on the field soon. Once it does get to the castle age, and perhaps a keep or 2. Now, the other thing to mention about the keep and the town centre issue, it takes 850 resources for that keep, and a town centre traditionally costs 400 wood, 350 stone. So that's, 750, 100 differential there. That's not a lot. So you pay extra 100 resources and you get a keep out of it. That is pretty strong. 2 sacred sites are being capped here for Salami. It's going to be 200 gold per minute as well, added to the bank. Nicely passive generating, but there is a Regnitz Cathedral relic there now, so that'll be giving him a decent amount of gold as well. Now we do also see a religious technology for the Holy Roman Empire, the prelates being able to inspire military units, improving their armor by +1 and damage by 15%. You can imagine inspired warriors with the knights, with the upgrade from the Minework Palace. Steel barding. That could be incredibly strong. Those knights will be incredibly tanky. As we see, the landmark being used for Salami is the compound of the defender, and that will unlock the ability to research village fortresses in this landmark. Unlock the ability to make those keeps town centres. And as you can see, instantaneously, well, not so much instantaneously, but very quickly after, a mining camp placed on that stone. Looks like Salami is opting for getting some stone for the keeps, and just a singularity man-at-arms, which now has been upgraded to a castle-age man-at-arms, going to be hitting on that villager, but Salami healing up. And you can see a mass number of villagers now going to the stone. They built the compound of the defender, and it does look like Salami is going ahead with that plan that I suggested, or at least thought about as well. Think about getting keeps as village production facilities in strategic locations. What, the villager? Yeah, okay, it's going to keep the villager mining. Holy smokes, that's brave. Does have 2 crossbows there, so fair enough. The sacred side in the north looking to be capped as well by, well, actually just passing, I think. But nice bit of walling here for Salami, walling in the relics as well. Just 1 here on the west and 1 here on the east. I think may have actually picked that up. Not entirely sure where that relic was, or where it's gone. I think it might be on the way home. Not entirely sure. In any case, we don't yet see any relics deposited there for the Holy... Well, sorry, I take that back. There's 3 there, just hiding there in the visuals. There are 3 relics there for the Holy Roman Empire. I suspect Salami's got the other 2. There's 1 coming in now. And there we are. He's got plenty of stone coming in. Just another minute or 2 and he'll be able to afford another keep. And it'll be interesting to see where he places this keep. Could be on the front of his base here just to protect and then get another. No need to stop at 1 keep. Get that other relic that he walled in nice and early. Back at home for the Holy Roman Empire, it looks like it's a mass of barracks. coming up. No units being produced here, though. Let's just double check on the unit queue, actually. Yep. Oh, just one Landsknechter. Not too much here. Does get Iron Undermesh. Going for Horseman and Landsknechter for now. Getting a couple of Prelates as well. Looking to get that Inspired Warriors technology. We talked about that a little bit earlier. That'll help the Prelates in the fight. As you see, Village Fortress is now just about 2 minutes away. Where is that keep being placed? That's the question. Might be on the 2 sacred sites. In fact, it's actually here on the very nice strategic position of berries and stone. And look at that. He's doing exactly what we mentioned. He's going to move those villagers straight out to stone again and get another keep. And villagers will be coming out from this keep to the berries in no time. I say no time. It's exactly 1 minute 52 seconds. Quite a few stables, quite a few barracks coming out. Military is starting to pump out for Freshair, 21 in total. Starting to clump up, looks like he's going for the boar. Are villagers coming out to this? We shall see. Certainly killing it. We might see some villagers meandering across the map very soon to that boar. We will have to see. But in any case, he moves forward now with his army. Maybe looking to do some damage, but the army composition here of choice for Salami looking strong. Crossbows and spears. The spears will do well against the horsemen. Crossbows will do decent against the Landsknechter. Looks like might see an engagement here soon. There's an elephant, war elephant. We talked about how they've become a little bit more nice to play with reduction in cost. And is producing another as well. They do take a while to train, but when you've got the scholar sitting inside that stable, let's make it a bit quicker. Horseman about to charge, maybe on the gold. The army moving a bit further back. Villagers taking off gold. Looks like Salami just waiting, being patient. Brings out the scholars for a second there. And then he puts them back in. The scholars for the Delhi Sultanate will be used for healing, no doubt, for this fight as well. Here comes the engagement. It feels like Freshair not really wanting Salami to get the village fortresses up. And the trouble for Freshair is on a timer because gold is coming passively from the sacred sites. And the sacred site timer has been activated. It's got 10 minutes now. No villagers coming out to the board just yet, but army streaming across. Looking to torch down this mosque. There's not a lot in this mosque actually. No scholars garrison inside. Not making any changes in research speed. And the 2 relics are garrisoned inside this mosque. With 3 elephants now, 3 war elephants on the field with a couple of scholars in behind. That could be incredibly potent. We'll have to see exactly how well they do. But what's a bit of a concern here for Freshair, it doesn't have any ranged units. It's all melee. And it does mean that if Delhi Sultanate can just continue to push this away, threaten to push this away, well, Freshair is going to need to make a decision. He's going to need to either engage or pull back. If he pulls back, he will take some damage from the crossbows. He does engage. War elephants on the front line, tanking a lot. Imams or scholars come out, looking to get a Walalo, and this is huge. This is such a big brain by Salami, because what he's doing right here, he's not trying to actually get a Walalo. I mean, it'd be rare for him to be able to do that. What he's doing is forcing the Holy Roman Empire army back, away. And once he does that, the crossbows are getting hits, even on the retreat here. The Holy Roman Empire units are perishing to the crossbows and behind. War elephants tanking. Scholars probably need to be drawn in to heal. Does lose 1 war elephant though. Collapses to the ground. Still 2 left, but that was a huge fight for the Delhi Sultanate. And that was so smart by Salami. The fact that he was using the Wallalos just as a deterrent, just to push the army back. And the fact that it was all melee units there for Freshair kind of really hurt him. On the retreat, taking damage from the crossbows. He took damage twice on occasions. And that really has meant that the Delhi Sultanate has pulled ahead on military, 26 to 12, relatively equal villager count. Now, village production hasn't started, and there is the GG. I think Freshair realizes he's behind, he's lost, he doesn't want to compete for those sacred sites. In any case, a very interesting strategy there for the Delhi Sultanate. Let me know what you think about the strategy in the comment section below. I'm really interested in trying that out in Season 4. Take care, and see you next time.